Disaster strikes for my dad as he comes round for the last time. He loses all drive and everyone passes him. 2024 was my dad's unluckiest race season ever, but we're back at Cowdenbeath Racewell for the first race meeting of the year, and we're here for redemption. It's a very damp race day today with water absolutely soaking the track, but we've brought along my dad's old faithful stock car to see how he gets on. Now unfortunately for my dad and the other drivers, the van bangers were on just before they went out, so the track was dirtier than it was before. But it's just about time for him to go out for his first race, so let's see how he's feeling. Right Dad, about to go out for your first heat of the year, how are you feeling? Aye?
Track's in a bit wet,
aye, it's a bit damp out there.
Just for a bit of fun, I guess.
Aye, there's no points anyway, so just go out and have a blast.
Aye.
See
a bit of fun.
Aye, see how the old girl goes. So, it's now time for the first race of the year on the damp Cowdenbeath Racewell track. Let's see how he gets on. Considering the track conditions, my dad's away with a decent start and he's already catching up to the car in front. And just up in front of my dad, the 420 car spins out and luckily it goes to the side of the wall instead of going into the front end of my dad. So starting from third place on the grid, my dad's already made his way up to first place. Hopefully he can keep it there now. And you can see from that corner there just how slippy the track is. Unfortunately my dad's starting to get caught behind back markers here, which is slowing his pace down, which allows the cars to catch up behind. Car number 43. Just as my dad was about to get past the Toyota Yaris, he catches a bit of a slippery bit on the track and the car just slides out. And the cars in second, third and fourth are just behind my dad, keeping that pressure right on him. Well done, Dad. Go on, Dad. And with a few laps to go, the 64 and 14 cars are right behind my dad.
So Callum Brady at 64 now onto the tail of our race leader. First place versus 64. John Galloway wants to shape on the fifth side and Lloyd Callum Brady to go to the outside line.
And by the next lap, the 64 car manages to make its way around the outside of my dad and takes first place. the pit bend for the last time. First place is out of sight, but my dad can still come round it and get second place in the first race of the year.
I never smashed it.
Before going out for the second heat, we dropped down the pressures in the rear wheels to try and stop it sliding out at the back, and then we could get right on with the second race. At the start of the second heat, my dad gets a lot more wheel spin this time. But nonetheless, he's still catching those cars up in front. In front of my dad, the 420 car spins out, and although my dad does a good job to avoid him, he ends up spinning himself out as well. He manages to recover quick though, and he's back into the race. And my dad manages to get round the outside of the 688 car, and it puts him up into 6th place. He now gets down the inside of the 312 car, putting him into 5th place. My dad gets caught up again, slowing him down, which allows the cars in front to get further away. For a few of the drivers out on track today, it's their first ever meeting, so you have to give them props for driving out in this weather. And for the rest of this second heat, my dad tries his best to get round the track as fast as possible while struggling with the grip on this wet track. Coming round the last bend, my dad manages to keep the car on track and comes over the line in 5th place, which isn't too bad considering the spin out at the start of the race. Racing continues out on track. It's about time for the final. Right, Dad, good to go for the last race of the day.
Slide a boot for the last
Aye.
Been brilliant.
Aye, it looks good. It looks good fun, like.
Good fun, aye. You should make all the new drivers all come out here.
Aye, definitely.
Do 10 laps, that'll sort you all out.
Aye, you can see just outside it is. Look at the state of the car. Minging.
Absolutely brilliant. Aye, best luck, Dad. Aye, cheers.
And as the drivers come out onto track, it actually starts to snow, and my dad's got a good track record for racing in bad weather. And my dad gets away with what's probably his best start of the whole day. And unfortunately the 420 car does spin out, but it lets my dad get up into second place. And it puts him right on the tail of the 312 car. And my dad has made his way up into first place now. And there's currently a massive gap between my dad and second place. Let's hope he can keep it that way. Second and third place are still quite a bit away from my dad. The faster drivers are starting to push through and it's getting closer. And as the laps are counting down, my dad's getting closer to that win, but the cars behind are closing in. And just as second and third place are catching up to my dad, a white roof spins out in front of them and that slows them right down in their tracks.
Come on, Dad.
And with just a couple of laps left, it looks like my dad's going to take the final win. And coming round the pit bend for the last time, my dad takes the win, although you can't see it because there's a raindrop right on the camera, but he won it. It's a well-deserved win for my dad and a great start to the 2025 season. And after making his way back to the pits, me and my dad could get the car loaded up onto the trailer and head home with the silverware. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to watch out for the vlog coming on Sunday. Please like this video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new or you're watching my videos and you're not subscribed. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.